guys, it's Annemarie. Welcome back to my channel. So for the last 3 years that I've been in college, I think I've done something what to bring to college related. I would say that those videos are still super relevant and super helpful. So if you haven't seen those videos, I would watch those definitely. I'll link them all below. But with this video, I decided that I would do my last and final kind of what to bring to college video. And this is a list of kind of just things that will just make your college experience or your college life easier on a day-to-day basis. Oh, also, by the way, I'm doing Vlogust where I vlog every single day of August. It's been really fun so far. You guys are really liking it, so definitely go subscribe to my vlog channel. But I feel like I've mentioned this in a few of my vlogs and maybe some of my videos. Actually, no, I don't think I've ever mentioned this in a video. Okay, one thing that I would recommend getting that my mom just gave to me, but I found very, very useful, are mesh bags for laundry. You might be like, this doesn't seem like a very useful thing. Like, I'm not too particular about my laundry. Anyways, it's literally for your socks. Like, in my freshman year, the first time I did laundry, I lost 3 half pairs of socks. And unless, someone was playing a joke where they, pulled out half pairs of socks, I think the laundry machine just ate it. Now it's a little easier because I have my own, laundry machine in the house that I'm living at. But it's still really helpful because, they're so small. They just get lost, you know. Okay, this next thing, you probably saw this on your college to pack list, that Bed Bath & Beyond provides or whatever. You probably saw this in a few videos or hauls. You probably saw this in my haul. But it is this little back pillow rest thing. If you're a person who spends any time in your bed doing work, if you're already like that, even if you're trying to spend more time doing work outside of bed, chances are you'll probably find yourself doing work in bed, and this is just the most comfortable solution to your head hitting the wall behind you or, just being too slouched over. But if you're not really someone who ever does work in bed, I would not suggest this. So this next thing is also something that I feel like I've brought up a ton of times, either in my vlogs or my main channel videos. Simply, very simply, life-changing for college and even maybe non-college. I have invested in many of these eye masks. So this, along with an earplug combo, is extremely useful for if you like to nap during the day, or if you live with a roommate, you can't really control what time they have to get up or what time they go to sleep. Even if they're trying to be careful, even opening the door to the bathroom just floods your face with light, So in those situations, eye masks are so helpful. So this next thing is something that I probably wouldn't have suggested my freshman year, and I don't use them that often. It's only a few places, a few times a year, but that is command hooks. These can be really dangerous if you're in a college dorm and you strip off the paint on your wall. Colleges charge so much for that. But if you learn how to take them off correctly, and there is a right way to do it, and it's not as hard as I thought it used to be, command strips and mostly hooks are just insanely useful. So here's what I use my current command hooks for now. This thing is kind of a metal command hook thing. It's by Command Hook, I think, so I was just gonna group it into that category. But they're just really, really useful, weirdly useful. I used to hang my mugs off of these in my freshman dorm. So I found these really useful for just creating a lot of saved space. Okay, so this next thing is more for if you use hot tools for your hair. This is my kind of hot tools holder. First of all, it saves a ton of space if you don't have a lot of counter space. I just keep my straightener, hair dryer, and my hairbrush, which is not even a hot tool. I keep those all in there so I don't have to continuously get things out. But it's a lot of real estate is saved by having that. This next thing, again, something that is super nice when you actually have it, but something that you would never think to buy, gloves. I didn't even know that Playtex made gloves. Who would have thought? Every single year, multiple times a year, I have found myself in the situation where I am cleaning a communal space and it's just disgusting. When you have gloves on, it kind of makes it okay to clean just disgusting stuff, even if you're grossed out, because you have that layer of protection that you're just all right, this is not on me, I don't have to freak out. And I've also found that even just washing my dishes outside, in the kitchen, outside, if you use one dish and then one fork and then you forget your cup, you're oh, I have to wash this cup even though I had to wash this dish, wash my hands, dry my hands, and then it's a whole process. But I found with gloves, you just slip them on, you wash your dish, you don't even have to get your hands wet, and then your dishes are done. This seems such a simple thing, but it's seriously a huge difference in my mood while washing the dishes, my mood while like washing disgusting things. It makes cleaning nasty things like much easier. So this next one is something that I feel very passionately about. It is a hard drive, an external hard drive. So I personally have always had external hard drives just because I make YouTube videos and they take up a lot of space in your computer. It gives you that whole extra amount of space for your computer just in this like tiny little thing. I have mine right there, I just don't feel like getting it. Two things that I've heard in college a lot, to the point where it's kind of concerning, is one, your computer has crashed and you've lost everything from the whole year on it, which is like always heartbreaking. Like I have been there, I know how it feels, it sucks. An easy solution is just to back up your computer on an external hard drive. But the second biggest thing, this is two clumped into one, is either you have no space on your phone. We all know like we can get thousands of photos on our phones. And then the second problem that I clump together for iPhones or phones is that people either break their phone or lose their phone. This happens all the time. You hear this all the time in college. And I'm sure you'd hear it anywhere that like our age group is together. People are like, I'm so upset, not because my phone broke and I have to pay like hundreds of dollars to get a new one, but because all of my photos and memories and stuff were on my phone. What I have started doing is I've been dumping all of my old iPhone photos onto my external hard drives. It clears up like tons of space. Like I've had photos on my phone from like high school, and it's because I like restore it as like that phone. So it's just like always there, and that always takes up my gigabytes. And so I've started just dumping all of my iPhone photos to my external hard drives and then just deleting them all off my phone. And if you don't know how to do that, just like Google how to transfer your iPhone photos to like an external hard drive. Super easy. So this last thing that I'm going to mention is something that I mentioned in like a few of my videos, like this exact brand too, is a quality water bottle. Quality water bottles are like just so incredibly useful, especially nowadays. I feel like the technology for water bottles is on point. Like my favorite is Hydro Flask. I heard Swell water bottles are good. I don't know. I'm all about Hydro Flask. Invest in a good water bottle because that is something that will literally last you for years. Then this last thing is something that I mentioned in my last video. Again, not really something that I think about when I'm like college. Vacuum. It's a vacuum. And the life-changing aspect of this part, or the super usefulness part of this, is specifically a vacuum with like an extendable arm hose. I don't know what those things are called, like a vacuum, like you can take it off and then like suction like anything with this like little hose thing. You know what I mean? I think it's called a hose. Maybe. If you are terrified of bugs, then you need a vacuum with a like extendable arm or whatever, because it is so handy. Like if you are too scared to be in a room with a bug, you need a vacuum to vacuum it up. That was my list of things that are super useful while you're in college that will make your everyday college experience or life a little bit better, but are things that you might not think to bring to college. I hope that this was helpful. At some points during this video, it really just sounded like me talking about random products, and I was like, what is this video? What is the point of life? Keep in mind, this is also a very, very subjective video. Don't just buy all these things because I told you to. Definitely leave any recommendations that you guys would have to add to this list so that I can read them and so that my other viewers can read them. Don't forget to subscribe to my vlog channel because I'm doing Vlogust and you guys have really been enjoying that for those of you who have been watching that. So go subscribe and check that out. And I will talk to you guys very shortly for my next back to school video. Bye!